All right, now that you have your Google Plus account set up or upgraded, it's time to kind of take a look at how you can use Google Plus for your professional learning network, and more specifically, how you can collaborate with others and get new ideas. You're going to see what some of these basic features are in Google Plus. So first, let's go ahead and get into your Google Plus page. You can find your array and get access to the page from there. You can type in plus.google.com. There's a couple different ways to get into your account. So from there, and you've probably already been in it, but this is your feed. And so as you start adding more people to your circle, or as you join communities, which we'll talk about in a little bit, your feed will have more and more resources for you to use. All right, so on your left-hand side, you can see that this says Home, and here comes a menu that drops down of different places and things that you can go into in order to interact with your Google Plus account. So in your profile, you should have already started to update that with at least minimum a picture. This is social media, and that's a big part of social media is letting people know who you are, and having a profile picture is important and a way to contribute to that. Today we're going to look at the people section and the community section, but there are several other things that we'll kind of get through in some other videos. But let's first go into people. So if I click onto people, Google Plus uses a system called circles. People have you in circles, you have people in circles, and when you click on this people tab, this is where you can find people. Along the side here, you can look at people who have added you into their circles. You can look at your Gmail contacts to see who has theirs already set up. Here are all the people in D303 who have theirs set up. So you can find your colleagues and add them to circles. This is a previous district that I was in, and I can search those people. And then it also, this is pulling from my profile. Knowing that I went to U of I and Concordia and College of DuPage, it's pulling also all the people who have that as part of their profile. So it's a way to get connected. You can also search for people here. If you click on have you in circles, it's exactly what it is. These are the people who have me in their circles. And then here are my circles up here. So pretty much you will see, if you haven't interacted with Google Plus at all, you'll see these first four here, friends, family, acquaintances, following. And then you can create circles as you need to. I created just a general educators one. So everyone who I know is an educator gets put into that. And then I can create smaller circles that I want to communicate with. I have my EdCamp planning team. So whenever I find something that I just want to share with them, I put it out that way. If I want to invite them to a Google Hangout, they're all right there and I don't need to type in everybody's name. You can create a circle for your PLC. You can create a circle just for your school. You can create it for all the 5th grade teachers in the district. You can create circles for anything. And so these are people that are in my circles. Say that I want to take Jen here and she's in educators, but I also need to put her in EdCamp planners. I can simply just click and drag her into that. And then if I'm in find people and I want to add someone who I haven't added before into my circles here, I can take Christine here and I can hover over add, and here are all my possible circles right now. So I'm going to pop her into my educator circle, and now I've just added her into my circle. And you can see that little circles symbol, the two circles kind of on top of each other. That's the circle for, or that's a symbol for being in a circle. All right, so those are circles. What's really great about them is that they're helpful. And they're kind of like a quick shortcut. You know, if you just want to share with certain people, you put them in a circle together, and then you can quickly get information out to them. All right, the next place we're going to look at, because this is the place that this is where you're going to communicate a lot, is in a community. So I'm going to click on communities. When you click on it, it'll come up with communities you've joined. You may not have joined any communities left, so it's going to have a bunch of suggestions for you. But I have joined a bunch of communities, and I use these. This is where my professional learning network really is. If you look at the ones that I'm following, all of them are very much Google oriented, tech integration oriented. I use this my communities that I'm a part of. I use these communities to get information, to ask questions, to post things that I found. A lot of times if I write a blog post about a certain Google app, I post it also in this community. And then some people will follow my blog from that. Some people will give me feedback on my blogs, and it's a way to build my network. And so I use communities a lot. And there's communities for lots of different things. If you're a math teacher, you can search right here, math teachers. If you decide you want to create a community for your PLC, for your school, you can create your community here. If you end up facilitating a course like what we're doing and you want to create a community just for the people in your course, you can do that. It's typical, and you can make it public or private. We've created a community for our course that's private. Only the people that are in this course can interact with each other in here. So if I go ahead and click on our community here, there's not much in it, but there will be. But I want to show you what you can do in this community. One, this box you'll see both here and then when we are back in the home page, it's there in the home page. This is how you share what's going on. You can just do simple text, you can add photos, you can post a link, YouTube videos, you can schedule an event, you can run a poll. Okay? When you're inside this community, I've clicked on the community, you see them in the community. When I click here, it's only going to the community. Okay? So that's the quickest and easiest way to ensure that you are posting what you need to post to our community and just to our community. Say, though, that you are on your home page and you want to post from there, or you forgot that you're not in the community and you want to start to post. When I click on that, the to section gets a little bigger. Okay, and this is where you can, if you just want to share with our community, you want to make sure that just our community is selected. So I'm going to X out of my educators about the D303 and the public. When I click in here, I can go ahead and scroll down and find our community. So here's our community. It can just be added to our community. Let me do that again. All right. Say I wanted to add more people. It is not letting me. When you post to a community, you can only post, that's what I was trying to get. You can only post to, it says if you share with the community, you can't share in other ways. So if you wanted to post to a different community, you'd have to do a separate post. Or if you wanted to post to a circle, your PLC circle, also what you've done, you're going to need to do it in a different post. So this just lets you, once you choose the community, that's the only place that you can post it. All right, so I'm going to go back into our community. And actually, I'm not going to go into our community. I'm going to go into a community that has lots of things in it. So I'm going to go to the Google Classroom community. I'm going to show you what you can do then in the community. In the About This Community section, there are some links, and there will be on our community too, some links, some information. This will always be in the upper right, so you can always reference that. On the left-hand side here is a description, the name of our community and a description of it. You can turn notifications on and off. So if you have notifications on, that means anytime anyone posts something in the community, it will come on your home feed. If you feel like you need that reminder in order to go into our community and look at it, keep it on. If you know that you're going to check our community, every day, every couple days, then you can turn your notifications off and it won't fill up your feed. You'll see the graphic. It'll tell you if it's public or private. It'll tell you the number of members that are there. So from here, you can search the community for something specific. And I'm going to kind of kill two birds with one stone right here. You're going to find in your assignments that you're asked to add a hashtag of some sort. So I know that our first hashtag is going to be Padlet quote or Padlet quotes or something like that. You can search for, say, a hashtag, and anything that comes up, anything that has that hashtag will come up. And as you can see, there's nothing there. But say that for this particular community, I want to see posts about archiving my classroom. I go ahead and search that in the search bar here. And so here are all of the posts about archiving my classroom. I use communities a lot to answer my questions. If I'm in Google Classroom or I'm working with a teacher who's in Google Classroom and we're like, how do you do this? Or what's the best way to do this? I come to Google Plus and find the classroom community and I post my question. Or actually, before I post, in order to be a good participant in social media, I search it first. You always want to search it first to see if your question's been answered. You don't want to fill up this community with duplicate questions if possible. Now there's a lot of posts, so I may not find exactly what I'm looking for. And then go ahead and post that question if you're not finding it. I guarantee you also when you're in these very vibrant communities with lots of members, you will have an answer within the hour, and you'll probably have multiple answers. In this particular community, some of the developers of Google Classroom are a part of this community, and they're on there monitoring and answering teacher questions and things like that. And that has happened in a lot of the communities that are very education specific, that you are going to get your answers very quickly. And that's why I have found that Google Plus is a very vibrant part of my professional learning network, because I know that I can go there and get my questions answered. So that was my little soapbox for why Google Plus is great. But you can also filter through all posts, events, photos, but you'll want to use the search, especially as we get more and more posts. So we've talked about using hashtags as needed and how to search for hashtags. You can also search hashtags up here. However, it may not be just within our community. So that's why you want to make sure when you're searching the community, it's down here. Last thing I want to show you, and I'm going to go back to our community. So say we have a post on there and you want to, actually I'm going to go to a different community that has a few overlapping people in it. This was the community that we used to plan this course here. Say that I want to go ahead and comment on a post, but I want it to be to somebody. Say, Bill here had started the post and Jenny replied, but say I wanted to reply specifically to Jenny on something that she said, like I agreed with it and why I agreed with it, or maybe I wanted to challenge her on something or kind of extend her thinking, and I really wanted to be specific to her. We're going to use something called the plus name. So it's the plus sign, and then you start typing the person's name, and that person's name most likely will come up. What this does is when I go ahead and post this comment, it is going to send an email directly to that person that says, hey, someone has commented on your Google Plus post. And so this is another way to communicate with people and have that discussion, this online discussion, which is obviously very different from a face-to-face class. But this is how we make this community vibrant, and that's a part of what you're responsible for doing, is helping create these conversations that extend our thinking and really make this community and Google Plus as a whole a good professional learning network. So if you have any further questions, ask your facilitators. This is one of the first times these courses have used Google Plus, so we're all kind of learning together. So hopefully you found this helpful and a kind of quick introduction into the possibilities for Google Plus for our course.